Welcome to part 10 of the God of War commentary, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go. Here's the solution to getting out of this hellhole. You gotta go down. Swimming inside this secret compartment.
Water elevator.
It's not every day you get to see
Blah, blah,
one
blah,
of these.
blah, 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 blah.
It is a bit
Blah, blah, blah,
cryptic
blah,
that,
blah, blah, blah.
you know, you have to just sort of swim into this compartment and wait for a bit.
It's still in the lieu of all the other water puzzles and quotes in the same dungeon area. So.
Well, it didn't hold me up, so it's not that cryptic. It's just a bit silly. It's like, you think there'd be something in there to indicate that you should be in there, apart from the camera angle switching around.
And the water.
Oh, we're back here.
Ooh.
Is this place supposed to have any significance to us?
We're back here. We're back to the Rings of
Yeah,
Pandora.
we're back to the Rings of Pandora. But we can't do anything here yet, so nice tease.
Cool, I guess.
Shield enemies.
At least the crushing
Square,
things
square,
aren't
triangle.
turned on
Yep.
anymore.
That's what you gotta do. The triangle attack has to connect for it to break the shields. If not, then it's not doing anything. And I would recommend starting your combo from a distance because these
They'll block
enemies can
it.
interrupt your combo.
Yeah,
You know,
like that.
Yeah, like that.
what's interesting to me is that people apparently challenge this place quite frequently. Not only was there a guy stuck in a cage who was still alive, but
A bunch of guys stuck on cages.
but several of these corpses on the crusher walls here are actually not even slightly decomposed. So,
Fresh.
yeah. I mean,
cool.
is this place listed in the yellow pages or something?
Well, why would people want to open Pandora's box is my question. Like, Kratos needs to do it to beat Ares, but why would the average schmuck want to open this place?
Well, because they're just told of the power to
Kill a god or whatever.
kill a god, or maybe the power to inherit a god. I think it's just one of those tall tales that just spread around.
Well, you know, glory seekers, they don't really have to have motivation. It's just that period of time where
Yeah.
people went out
If
fighting
I'm trying to raise an
glory
army
seek.
or rebuild a civilization, I want that box.
2D image.
Yeah, it's obviously a 2D image. And it won't become a 3D image until you get close to it.
Yeah, unfortunately, they didn't quite have the tech to have the stage actually rotate like that.
No, it'd probably be hell on the processor.
Well, you know, they could have the platform on which you are standing rotate instead, but, hang on.
Wait.
By the way, this is fun.
I sense sarcasm.
There is sarcasm.
Very perceptive of you.
Tell him what he's won, Ryan. That's right, nothing.
There we are.
Oh, here we are. So earlier in the run-through, I did manage to find the 2 statues of the Muse, and this is your reward for finding them.
Naked
The
ladies.
paint is complete. We can go home. Nah, I'm kidding. We get some permanent increase to our health, magic, and a shitload of red souls. So it's very much worth it to go after them, if you know where they are.
Are they hard to find?
No, not really.
They're a little out of the way. But again, it's just a matter of fighting against the camera. You know, if the camera goads you into going this way, go the opposite way. That's how you're going to find the Muse keys.
Magical sands.
Are they the sands of time?
Ugh.
No, Kratos, that's the neighboring kingdom.
Just like how Kratos can just momentarily defy the laws of physics just to inherit the power of the pixie dust.
It looks like that guy's vomiting on him.
And it gives me health. And we just reached the cap of health. So now every other chest that had a Gorgon's Eye is now just going to be red souls. But we're not done with magic just yet.
And since you can't really backtrack in this game, there's more Gorgon's Eyes than there are health
Yeah.
upgrades.
You cap at 18, but there are 30 total.
Okay.
Yeah, so all the extra ones that you find are red
Red
soul
souls.
chests.
Yeah.
Well, that's
And Phoenix Feather is the same thing. You cap at 15, but there are 30.
kind, I suppose.
It's nifty. You don't have to be
You don't have to be super thorough.
You don't have to be a masochistic completionist to worry about getting every single upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just good game design, really.
It's sort of like the secret shells in Link's Awakening, where they actually put a few more in than you need to complete that side quest.
Is that the case?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I thought there was just enough of the seashells.
I think there's like
attack upgrades.
1 or 2 more extra than what you need to
Oh,
get,
1 or 2?
Yeah, just a few.
Thanks for being so lenient.
Just a few. You know, you still gotta be.
It's something.
You still gotta be pretty thorough. But
I'm not looking forward. I'm getting ready for Link's Awakening on SGB, and I'm not looking forward to that because I want those attack upgrades. It's just
the thing is,
remember where all those damn
the thing
seashells
is, the secret shells will stop appearing after you've completed the secret shell thing. So, if you want to actually pick up all of the secret shells in the game, you have to do it before getting the sword.
It's time for another skull hunt.
Right.
What do we need the skulls for?
To open doors.
Yeah, to open doors and to go deeper into the.
I like
temple.
how
Oh, we're
even
playing
though
Resident Evil. Got it.
I like
Essentially,
I like
yeah.
how even though Kratos can swim down, he can never angle himself up or down. He just sort of floats down.
It just goes down. Yeah, don't really dive bomb. He just kindly suggests to the water that I would like to go down this time.
Yeah.
I think we are approaching the
Challenge
of Hades.
Fun.
This is just a shitload of mooks.
And our
Like-
second of 3 bosses.
Yeah, our second of 3 bosses, which is a pretty cool boss, all things considered. But it's like, we needed more of this.
There's-
But it's not going to be for a little bit.
There's only 3 bosses in this game total.
One could say there aren't very many bosses in this game.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up, Ryan. But are there more in later God of War games? Cause
Oh, yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
because the boss fights are usually what I hear when people are talking about God of War. So
And they're most likely talking about God of War 2 and beyond.
okay,
I mean, to God of War, the original credit, I mean, the boss fights, for as little as they are great.
There just aren't enough of them.
It's just there's not enough
Well,
of them.
yeah, there's 3. One of them is at the very beginning of the game and is therefore piss easy. So we get 2 challenging boss fights.
Yeah.
One of them you're
And
forced
there was
to use a specific
originally-
weapon.
There was, I mean, you know what? I'll save it to when we get to that point. I think it's just more interesting to talk about it then and there. Oh, we got some more new enemies here.
Okay, they kind of look like Mortal Kombat centaurs. Like,
Yeah, Motaro.
They look like Goro. Yeah.
But no, that's the 4-armed dragon.
Oh.
Kotaro is the tiger 4-armed beast. Motaro is the
it kind
centaur.
of looks like a centaur with a baraka on its upper half.
Dear God, you're right. Okay, so like an idiot, I'm completely forgetting about the mechanic of this challenge right here. You have to kill the centaurs inside the blue circle.
oh, did they revive otherwise?
Yeah, they infinitely respawn until you kill 4 of them inside the circle.
How far does your knockback? Do your moves tend to push them out of the circle?
Depends on what move you're doing, really.
That's what the circle QTE prompt is for. The QTE prompt for the centaurs is you tossing them over your shoulder directly in front of you. So if you position yourself around the outer edges of the circle and use the QTE prompt, you'll most likely throw them into the circle, which will kill them immediately after.
Yeah, they probably designed it that way on purpose, really. Oh. Knockback is a bitch in God of War, by the way.
It's one of those annoying types of knockback too, where you're staggered for at least a good half second before you can get your bearings, unless you get juggled because there's more than one enemy. Makes you wonder what the hell is the point of the parry attack. Although the parry wouldn't get any real use until God of War 2. Even though the countering system in this game is not bad, it just relies on the parry system actually working.
One of the things about God of War's combat system, as opposed to Devil May Cry's, is that when you take a hit in Devil May Cry, it's one solid hit, and you get knocked on your ass, and then you're back in the fight. In God of War, several enemies will legitimately combo you, and that is frustrating because it means you've got a few seconds where they're just wailing on you and you can't actually respond.
Then you feel so defenseless.
Yeah. And that applies to Bayonetta as well. Bayonetta is mostly a one and done kind of thing when it comes to you getting hit. I mean, but I
think that's also why they put so much emphasis on the dodge on which time in the first place.
Yeah. But like, you don't necessarily get stuck in place when you get hit in Bayonetta or Devil May Cry. You take one solid hit that takes a chunk of your health. It's like a Souls game in that respect, where you don't want to get hit at all, obviously, because you're going to lose a pretty big chunk of health when you do get hit. But when you do get hit, it doesn't necessarily stop you from reacting. Wow, instant death pits. Great.
Okay, so this is the challenge of Hades. This is the second part of the challenge of Hades, which I skipped the majority of, because you're inside this miniature maze. I say miniature because it's not really big at all. And you have to kill a certain number of mooks to get that door to open.
Okay, just to be clear, when I said I liked Hades, this is not the part I was referring to.
Yeah. There's Hades and there's the challenge of Hades.
Yeah. This is still in the Pandora place. The actual Hades is in the underworld Hades, the world of the dead Hades. And it is not the only time Kratos is going to visit that place. In fact,
Emperor Zurg.
It's a bit of a tradition. Oh, you're right. It does look like Emperor Zurg. What the fuck? Oh, man.
No,
I
Kratos.
wonder what this does.
I am your father. No.
Zeus!
So I guess that's another thing for him to murder then, I suppose.
He does. Well, he was going to do that anyway.
Alright, so the trick here is to dive underwater. You think it's blood, it's not. It's just
Red-colored water. Yeah.
It's just red Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Ancient Grecian Kool-Aid.
I don't even think you could really even effectively swim through blood, considering that its consistency is way thicker than water. Like, you might be able to, like, sludge through it, but it's very
With
different.
goggles.
Okay, let's not
you
talk about
definitely
this.
would
This is
want-
making me legitimately queasy. And queasiness is not a good thing for me right now since I haven't had lunch yet.
Why do you refuse to eat before we do these commentary sessions?
I just didn't want to, really.
It helps me think.
Well, I get kind of sleepy when I eat, you know.
If you eat big, yeah.
So never commentate after Thanksgiving.
That would be the worst. That'd be the worst. Oh, wait, unless if we're commentating over people waiting in line for Black Friday and watching the crazies. That would be fun.
We all need to meet up and just go to a Walmart and just laugh at everybody.
No, like, get like on a race platform with a desk and just commentate like a sports game.
Yeah.
Looks
or
like
like MXC.
looks like Janet's brought her coupons with her today.
Oh, look at that poor soul over there getting trampled. Wait, it looks like Tech.
70% off.
And here we have Jerry Baba Ganoush.
Oh, okay.
God, it's like an infinite runner.
Kratos Dash.
This is straight out of Takeshi's Challenge.
Kratos
Obviously
Dash
not
coming
fire,
to
but-
iOS.
You know what? Infinite runners are bullshit when you can't just switch between the 3 tracks. When you actually have to steer around things. Fuck that shit. Pepsi
Don't
Man
be
is
hit by the ball,
terrible.
Kratos.
Don't play
Otherwise,
it.
it's $2.99 to revive.
Oh, man.
Lewis, you know that means we're gonna have to play it, right?
No.
Pepsi Man would be a 2-part commentary. There's nothing to
Yeah.
that game.
It's a short game, yeah.
I am not playing Pepsi Man.
If we find it at TMG or something, I'll play it.
Yeah. The first to find it is a bounty
Yeah.
going on. Gets to compensate over it.
That entire sequence also kind of reminds me of a section out of Gex 2. And I only remember this because I played it recently, but there is in one of the lava sections there's a point, not nearly as long or drawn out as that, but where you're running toward flaming boulders of lava along a series of tracks.
Well, the thing is that this is not the destination of this challenge. This is just an extra,
This is hidden room.
Oh.
optional room. You have the challenge of this area is to break one of the many walls down on the left and right to find the exit out of here, while avoiding the fiery cocoa balls.
It's kind of like that run room in Ocarina of Time in, what was it, the Spirit Temple?
Okay, you know, actually getting out of there is a little bit bullshit because of the camera angle.
Oh,
Mash that button! Mash that button!
Man, God of War is such a Sonic Adventure ripoff. Jeez, running away from a boulder, so unoriginal. Am I
Okay,
right?
okay, that's Crash Bandicoot's bag. Just to say.
Oh my gosh, Crash
Insane.
Bandicoot is such a Sonic the Hedgehog ripoff. Running
Well,
away from
kind
a
of.
boulder,
Insane.
Sonic.
Yeah, I gotta tell you. Don't even get me started on the Indiana Jones guy.
It's just that it reminds me of the people who are wrote that petition to make the guy who did Cave Story admit that he ripped off Undertale, or whatever it was.
What? But
Yeah,
but
there
Cave
was a-
Story
there-
came before Undertale.
That's the point.
Fucking idiot.
Also, what about Cave Story is even remotely like Undertale? I don't get it.
The little rabbit people look like the goats from Undertale. I think was one of the
Oh.
things.
Okay.
Okay, so one chibi animal thing looks like another chibi animal thing. That is so
Fucking racist.
fucking jeez.
Oh my god.
Man, you know what? Cave Story and Undertale are similarly graphically limited, and they don't even share similar-looking art styles. So I don't get that. That's stupid.
This one's a game. The other one's also a game. Fucking ripoff.
Man, only I'm allowed to make games.
It's nice of the archers to stop firing long enough for you to have this little QTE struggle.
I think you're completely invulnerable while doing a QT for the
Yeah,
Minotaur, so-
yeah. Well, you're pretty much invulnerable while doing all of the QTEs.
Yeah, so as far as the enemies are aware, you just disappear until you finish the QTE.
Yeah.
Hey, where did Kratos go, man?
But like
know.
most of the time, it's not really that big of a deal because the QTE animations are at least short. But for something like the Minotaur, it's a bit silly. And yeah, I think the Devil May Cry 4 did a similar thing where you didn't really have to worry about taking a smack when you were performing a Devil Bringer grab, but all of the Devil Bringer grabs were pretty short, so it wasn't really jarring when it happened.
More optional areas. You want to go here first to get rid of the mooks, because some of them are archers and they could snipe you right out of that rope.
And to be clear to the audience, I'm not leveling that as a criticism necessarily. I understand technically why it's done, because those sort of grapple attacks with the Devilbringer or with Kratos' QTE finishers, the thing about that is that it doesn't just lock you into an animation, it locks the enemy you're attacking into an animation, and that means if you were ever interrupted, they would also have to program something for every single stage of a given attack for if you were knocked out of it, for the enemy to do. So if you were disemboweling a centaur and you know you got interrupted in the middle of disemboweling a centaur, well, what's that centaur going to do? Get back up on his feet with his guts hanging out, or is he just gonna?
Just try and pull his sentence back in
Is
his
he
gut.
just gonna snap back to a neutral position and look completely jarring in the? No, that's bad. That's just flat out bad graphical design. So they have to lock the grapple attacks as something that the enemy can't stop. And if they're going to do that, they might as well make sure that you can't take any cheap shots while it's in the process of happening. Otherwise, you might get comboed to death. It's a fairly
Oh,
complicated.
Kratos is really excited for maxing out Medusa's gaze.
See this head?
This is my head.
Ah.
There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Yes, Kratos, you have your very own head. We're very proud of you. Can we go? Can we go now?
Maxed out Medusa's gaze is not too bad. It wastes magic like a motherfucker, though.
Yeah, I can see that.
Basically, it's a all-encompassing flash maneuver. Anybody caught within it is immediately petrified, and you can just take them out easily after that. It's great, but again, guzzles down magic.
Oh, wait, I never noticed this before, but like your god mode thing, it has one of those Centurion helmets made of lightning.
It gives Kratos a full lock of hair. And
Yeah, a lightning mohawk.
I think the true rage comes from realizing that it's just an illusion, then when this is all done, he's going to be bald again.
Excuse me, shaved.
And it's funny because even Dad of War with his full-faced beard is still bald as a motherfucker.
It's probably a deliberate choice at this point.
Yeah.
Well, you know, if he did have hair, Like you'd have to wash it, and getting all the blood and guts out of it is really hard.
Well, that's the whole basis for Kratos' brother, wasn't it? Just give him a head of hair.
Kratos has a brother.
What?
He does. It's a plot point in I think one of the PSP games.
Oh, it's his
could be a
DeviantArt
section.
recolor brother who's never seen again in the afterwards. Okay, all right, that
I
makes
think
sense.
I think it is mentioned in one of the side little things you can do after the game.
Yeah, one of the bonus features that you can view after this game's finished is that you can, like, one of the sequel ideas that they originally had was that Kratos had a brother, and he was taken away at a young age, and he became like a war general in his own time, but they don't see eye to eye, so they have to face each other. I think it was something of that accord.
Something like that, yeah.
But they would reuse the concept for something else, and I'm thinking it's one of the PSP games.
Ah.
His name is off the top of my head. I gotta look it up. I think it started with the D.
I like how this thing, just for the fuck of it, has spinning saw blades along, like at the very tip. Even though
Yeah, that's how you know it's dangerous.
there's like, there's no reason for them to be there. It's just as deadly if it was just another set of axes. But no, we have to tip
Now
these
it's deadlier.
things with moving saw blades. At the point you're least likely to actually get hit by.
So how are these 6 rotating?
Clockwork, obviously.
Ow.
Face plant.
And thus the tale of Kratos ended rather pitifully as he fell off a beam.
Hope you enjoyed the playthrough, everybody.
Now
Yeah.
Kratos goes on his epic vengeance against gravity.
He just shows up 200 years later and murders Sir Isaac Newton then?
200.
No, he just destroys every single Blu-ray and DVD copy of Gravity.
Sandra Bullock must be defeated.
Well, Kratos is just, you can use Amazon reviews.